Hey guys, welcome back to KC Journeys. Hey, a little story time video for you guys today. So we're gonna take it back a few years now to when I came out. This was the time I was working as a bartender. The story involves my best friend Ricky at the time, and it's when I first came out to him, and that was the very first person I ever came out to. So it was like a Saturday night. The bar closed at 2. Again, I worked in the bar, and he worked at a desk job. And I was tired after work. We went out to our cars, and his car didn't want to start. A serpentine belt had slipped off, and it wasn't something that we could fix at the time. But through the process of him, looking at his car, he kept getting in and out of his car, and I'll get back to this in a minute, but he kept getting in and out of his car, which was lower to the ground. And so he was misplacing things. We couldn't find his keys for a little while, and eventually I told him, all right, Ricky, let's just go. I'll take you home. It's 45 minutes out of my way, but I don't care. Let's just go now before the sun comes up, kind of thing. And I took him, I remember putting him in the car, and I'd been thinking about telling him I was gay for weeks by that. I mean, he's always been my best friend, so I wanted to tell him. I just didn't know how he would react or what would, I don't know. I wasn't sure if he'd be mad or upset with me for holding this information out on him or what, but so anyways, I offered him a ride home. He got in the car with me. I remember thinking, I'll tell him now. We're both tired. This is a good time. I'm dropping him off. I'm going home. So on the way to his house, I remember we had to stop at the gas station because I had to buy aspirin and Tums because I was a wreck. I was very nervous. My head was spinning. My stomach was upset. I didn't know what to do. So I was kind of procrastinating. He had an errand to run, so we went to the grocery store and he had to pick up a quick little thing. And then at that point, when we got done with the grocery store, we were about ready to head back to his house to drop him off. And then he goes, I lost my phone. So we had to retrace all of our steps. And I still hadn't told him this process because we were focused on him. So I was still nervous. I was still scared. I was still feeling just horrible. And we retraced our steps for an hour, and we eventually found his phone in the snow from when he was getting in and out of his car originally. Just kept getting in and out from a lower car, and it must have slipped out of his pocket. Still worked, but we found it in a snowbank. But so once we got that, then it's 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning already, and I'm finally just leaving work to bring him home. And I was still nervous. I was still scared. I felt like I wanted to throw up. I felt like I didn't want to do this, but I just said, hey, Ricky, I just want to tell you, we're 30 minutes from your house. My friend Kyle that I've been hanging out with and seeing and staying with, and I said, yeah. I'm like, well, I guess I want you to be the very first person to know that we're kind of together. We're gay. And at that point, there was silence in the car for a minute. I wasn't even focusing on driving at that point. And then Ricky just kind of said, okay, sounds good. What are you doing tomorrow? I was stunned at that point. I expected either questions, disbelief, a fight, him to be upset, something. I know I felt like I almost lied to him over the past couple months because I had told him. I didn't know what to expect, but he totally brushed it off like nothing. And guys, this was my very first person that I came out to. I wasn't even positive at the time if I was gay. I wasn't even positive. I didn't know if this was what I was right for my life. I didn't know if this was what I was meant to be. I didn't understand it. And so I was really, really scared by this, but it kind of gave me the feeling to keep going. It gave me the feeling and the motivation to tell more people. The next day I came out to my other best friend, Michael. Let's see. The next day I came out to my other best friend, Zoe. I came out to a lot of people right after that, and I never had any negative experiences with any of my friends. Everyone was, I'm gonna say, even more welcoming, honestly, afterwards. It put me in touch with a lot of people I hadn't talked to in a while because they wanted to text me and ask questions, and everyone was like, whoa, in disbelief. And when people started to find out, one person told another, and it was fun. To this day, I always think back on the Ricky story and thought, if I didn't tell him, I probably wouldn't have told anybody for months, if not, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have told him for a year. I don't even know. I was very up in the air about doing it. I'm happy I pulled the plug and did it, but it was a lot, but guys, it's worth it when you do it. Anyways, I just wanted to jump in and tell you guys this fun little story. I am actually out to go work the rest of the day and show some houses, so I will talk to you guys later.